Welcome back, trainers, and in this video we're going to be going over something very revealing, and that is going to be my 100% IVs, but there's a little bit more in depth to it. We're going to go ahead and take a look at what we have going on in the decks here. Very nice. I love that they added this here. Now, there has been plenty of 100% IVs that I have transferred, that I have Go Plus, so there's going to be more that should have been there that we're going to be taking a look at. One is Cyndaquil. The ones that I'm tapping on are the ones that I'm pretty sure that I don't have any more of that 100% because I was looking for them personally. Kind of a shame. I know I need to check them. I'm the one who checks them, but sometimes I slip away. This one right here, I did tweet about it. It wasn't the shiny, but I do believe Hatch did, or Go Battle League, something. And then I saw the CP, and then I was like, wait a minute, that was 100. And then I went to go look, and it was, dang it. All right, so I was a little confused on the Blaziken why I didn't have Torchic in its other evolution. I didn't get it through a trade either, the 100. Maybe I'm spacing out something here, but what am I talking about? What's so revealing here? Well, folks, you know the whole Incense thing, how everybody wants to go back? I would love it to, but like I said, it was a feature that was going to come and then go. It was a little bonus for the time being, and then they're bringing it back. I did state that it would be nice if they could increase the Incense effectiveness during community days, if they're going to bring it back to 3 hours, while we're still slowly rolling back for some people in some places. Where I live here in Anchorage, it's like, it's never happened, right? I mean, you could tell, but for the most part, it's fine. You do what you got to do, and like everything, everybody has their life, and it goes on. This right here, I can't believe I got 100 of it, and I transferred it. What the heck am I thinking? So my point being is, that'd be cool if they added that. But, what we have to understand is we can't say, give excuses. Sorry, I'm not trying to sound insensitive, but that's to make it sound like, oh, I can't play this game because it's going back to the way it was. Well, it's just the way it was before, So look at what I caught in the past day. This was both today, the shiny and 100 Starly. Are you kidding me? You know how I love Staraptor. Now we're set. We're set for that community day, which it will get in the future. Now, what am I talking about, the revealing thing? Well, the majority of my 100s from the past 2 years are going to be from Incense, my Go Plus, getting these 100s, and then from 2002 and past, it was gonna be from eggs or a raid. Very rarely did I get a 100 in the wild. And also, you had to take note that once you take these kind of stamps back where it tells you where you caught them, how you got them, whatever. And by the way, they did change this. I was looking at it, it had a little bit more pink. Also, a new weird feature where you move up and down. I don't know what the heck's up with that. We'll look at that here in a minute. But as you do scroll farther and farther beyond the 2019 and beyond, or past, it is going to just kind of say very vague things like hatched here, or hatched or caught. It doesn't get specific like 2002 and to now. So just a little heads up there. We will have kind of like a stamp point where I did get a 100 Tortwig in Washington. So when I was at Worlds, so you got a nice time frame from these Pokemon that I've caught. So we'll stop about there. As you can see, everything with a Pokeball like that, I'm not catching these with myself. I think maybe a couple, maybe, but for the most part, you know how I was talking about how I had the Instinct going all the time? I wasn't lying. I would literally wake up because it was so effective, and I can get so much Stardust with the star piece on that I would literally I wouldn't set my alarm, but if I woke up, I would make sure to connect it again, my Go Plus, so it can keep catching because it was so crazy fast. And again, this is not me like, oh, I wanted to come back. It'd be nice, but like I said, they said it was going to be a feature for time being, and you take it up with Niantic. Look, I'm not the guy. Don't shoot the messenger, okay? But anyway, it's very revealing that they definitely did help you get more Pokemon, and in my case, a lot of 100s if you continuously had it on. Now, granted, I didn't live on a Pokestop or a gym, nowhere remotely near one. I got one across the street. That's a coffee shop, one Pokestop, which won't do me any good because I can't reach it at all. But if you lived on a Pokestop or a gym or a cluster or whatever, I can't even fathom that. You wouldn't even have to leave. Like, you just light them up. And now with this new feature where you can, the excited stop, I already forgot what they're called. All right, I had to just delete 2 minutes of rambling because I just started going off about that new excited Pokestop stuff. Okay, so let's focus on these. So egg, okay, that's from Go Battle League. Okay, so we got an egg here. Still remember when I hatched that. And another egg. every Pokeball you see is going to be Go Plus, basically. Another egg here. What year is this? 2001, so we're still in the increased effectiveness for the Incense here. This was a trade with my son. That's freaking awesome. Garchomp, I mean, could I ask for a better lucky 100 from my son's account? Let's get it. Another egg. Raid in Russia. That's a legacy if there's ever one. Okay, tell me about that one. That Melmetal, I probably caught it by hand with a Pokeball. And there's that feature. That's where I started figuring out, like, whoa, what the magic trick is going on here? So they just disappear when you pull them down. I guess looks cool, but yeah, I started becoming fascinated with that for a minute. As you can see, I just decided to leave it in there. All right, so yeah, that's a maxed out Meltan. That was a little 50. Yeah, let's go. This one is from, we got Go Battle League. This one is from a Rocket. That is a purified one. Looks like with this new feature, I guess what's going on here, the stuff takes a little longer to show up. There it is. That's a Go Plus Cloyster. Another Go Plus here. That's from obviously a raid. And yeah, I think I was like, was that when I was on vacation? 2001? 2000, actually. Yeah, I think it might have been. Bay Area, California. Got this 100 Obstagoon maxed out. Well, it's not quite maxed out. Kind of makes this a kind of a cool area for it to come from Bay Area. Yeah, cool. Moving on here. What's going on here? We got another Egg Hatch. A Lucky Trade. A Shundo. I mean, a Salund. I don't know. With all the little nicknames that are going on here. So we got that magic trick for the Conkeldurr as well. So the majority of my hundreds are coming from eggs and raids, obviously. But from the past 2 years, I'm going to have to say mostly from Go Plus. I'm completely confident in that there. So we're getting into the vague stamps of where you got them. Let me see what that time stamp is. Kind of 2000. Okay, yep, we're getting into that era. So we will find it's a Torterra now, but the Tortic 100, just looking at this Mawile, kind of a little fascinated there. So happy I got that. It's a purified one. And got tons of Munchlax for whatever reason. Okay, got that hatched. And this is where the Incense weren't effective like they were before. So as you can see, there is no Pokeballs. Isn't that crazy, huh? Look at that. All of a sudden, there's no Pokeballs and they're only eggs. So that just shows you how crazy OP that was. If you had money to just continuously dump in, it's not like the most expensive thing, but if you're constantly doing it, I guess if you live by stops, it's no big deal because you keep getting free Pokeballs. But if you live somewhere else, a rural area, you don't have anything and you wanted to keep on going, it gets expensive. Believe me, it's pretty bad the amount of money I spent on Pokeballs, but it's to keep up the dust. All right, so that Relicanth, that was crazy. So we had that rock event when we were in Washington and we were able to get tasks. I did not complete it, didn't collect it. I was saving it. Didn't know it was on 100, had no idea. Eating at a Mexican restaurant, caught it, and now I get the timestamp in Alaska. That's freaking amazing. So there is that Torterra that I was talking about. That is going to be the end of the line for us. We can keep going on, but it's just going to be like from raids, eggs, and it's going to get very vague on where I got them. And I think even to a point where it just doesn't even say because, early game, it doesn't really tell you too much. All right, so we look at that, and then I start realizing at this point, I was thinking, I think a little bit sooner, but it's like, whoa, that was crazy. There was none from the Pokeballs. So this Pokeball thing was really crazy. Look at all these. That I started just putting the dots together. So, and here we are, and I have the video for you. So if you kind of like that little look through there, give it a thumbs up if you kind of like these where I just go through specific Pokemon in my collection. Because, I'm on the grind all the time. I would be curious of somebody who had all that stuff. Like, so what you got to show for it? And we do have a good amount of Stardust. I know for a lot of you, that's like, whoa, my gosh. And then there's people out there with like millions, hundreds of millions of Stardust. Like how? Well, I don't think they power too much up, but they grind a lot. Let's not discredit anybody out there for getting all that dust. But look at this. If I was to not spend much, look, I'd have a lot of dust. I invest in a ton of stuff and a ton of waste just for the test of it, right? Just for you guys, so you can see what's good. And to make my video quotas, you already know. All right. Anyways, let's see what's good here. Just taking a look at the tops. Just taking a look at the tops. All right, they're looking good here. Random Latios working on that best buddy. We're going to be getting that mega soon. Also Kangaskhan, Khan, so you may want to work on that best buddy. Mega Kangaskhan. Khan. You know, stats are going to increase, but it doesn't do what it did in the main series, which is a double hit from the baby and then from the mom, right? So I don't know what's going to happen with that. We'll have to see. Starly here is thinking about powering it up. I was like, oh, okay, we don't want to go below 10 million Stardust, do we? Don't worry, I'm not going to leave you without spending over 200,000 Stardust. We're not going to not spend. We're going to. Not in this. We're going to hold off on this. We'll just wait. I don't know why. Just no need. This thing CP is horribly low. All right, so anyways, we'll go ahead and get to the Beware. We'll do that one because Master League's coming up soon, and, well, this is something you're going to want to see. And, oh, by the way, I got an extra spicy Meet the Bala video for you for the Beware again. I'm going to be using that. And look at the game. It started to lag. You see that spinning circle? So while it's doing that, we're just going to talk. Instead of editing it out, we're just going to keep on going. So the next video they're going to drop for you, make sure you have notifications on. Beware. Oh, ooh, it is going to be amazing. I got it teamed up with something. We got the Trevenant and a mystery pick. You're going to have to wait and see. And by the way, somebody asked me, how did I get that background? The one that you quickly saw there with the Blaziken, it looked like a retro. I make them personally myself. I'm really good at doing this overlay stuff and changing colors now from just continuously editing and making thumbnails. Shoot, let's get it. All right, so let's go ahead and do this. Now, I'm going to pause it for a second. You're not going to see it, but I pause it and I go check. I go check the blog for Pokemon Go to make sure it's not classic. I'm like, I don't want to power up another one to 40. Max this out to 50. I can't even use it. All right, so we're good to go, though. And there it is. Completely maxed out, 100% IV. Beware. Let's go. Not going to be able to get it to Best Buddy by the time Master League gets here. I'm not even going to worry about that. That's going to be reserved for this Starly. Again, if you did enjoy this video, give it a thumbs up. And it looks like the majority of my 100s, if I had to say in total complete, is going to be coming from eggs. There you go. And then raids. And then Go Plus after the last 2 years. Thank you for watching and take care.